Hello, everyone. Before we get into today's book, I want to remind you that my book of short horror stories called The Things That Happen at Night is available at the link in the description for only $3. Also down below, you can sign up for my newsletter. I send that out 2 or 3 times a month with any free book giveaways, free books, discounted books, and various happenings in the horror book world. So sign up for that if you want. It's absolutely free. I also have several free short horror stories over there on Wattpad. You can read all 3 of them. I'll be adding more. There's a link down below. Check that out and sign up for all my updates so you don't miss a story when I upload. My Twitter and Instagram is also down below. Come join me on there and we'll talk about spooky stuff together. All right, let's get on with the video. All right. So, our book today is one you might not have heard of. You can thank me later when you finally read it, because this one is so good. And I think it deserves a lot more attention. It's called I Shall Awaken by Katerina Sardicka. This one caught me off guard. First of all, I want to thank NetGalley for letting me read it. However, you can purchase it right now at the link down below there. This book is fantastic. It's basically about 4 children who disappear. They vanish one day from their kindergarten class during nap time. They just vanish without a trace. There's also a girl who was in between 2 of the kids. She does not disappear. And 12 years later, during a religious festival this town holds every year, 3 out of the 4 reappear out of the blue. 12 years later, they are now young adults, 17, 18 years old, and they have no memory of what happened. They just woke up back in the city and made their way into town from the woods. And nobody can figure out why. Nobody knows what's going on. What makes this really interesting, and one aspect of this book I really liked, is that yes, this is the main mystery, but it's so much more than that. Because this town, we don't know the name of this town. We don't know the location of the town. We don't even know what time period or what year it's set in. Because at different times, the way this town is described seems to be more modern. But then again, this town, the people in this town firmly believe in gods, ancient gods, and they believe in curses, and they believe in demons, and all the supernatural things that go on. And they have celebrations throughout the year to appease these gods and to perform rituals for them, for their protection. After these kids come back, things start happening in this town. Animals start dying. Bad things start happening. And because of their strong belief in the supernatural, of course, the town is blaming these kids. They think when they came back, they brought curses with them. They brought demons back with them. So the town is not very helpful. The town is not very welcoming back, as one should, if this had actually happened. They're more wary of them and kind of scared of them. But the one that doesn't come back is the little brother of one of the girls that does come back. And that's another thing they have to figure out. Where is her brother? How come he didn't come back? But they can't remember anything at first. But the girl that didn't get taken, the one that was sleeping right in the middle of the ones that did disappear, she has had this guilt and this burden on her shoulders for the entire 12 years. Because she saw what happened. She saw the creatures that took her friends, and yet nobody in the town believes her. She's been labeled as a crazy person. She has been ridiculed. She's been mocked. Her own father does not will not allow her to talk about these things, feeling that it will bring a curse to their home. And he's a very abusive man who will act out in violence if she disobeys his orders. One of the girls that comes back, she goes to live with her grandmother and uncle. And yet, that's a horrifying situation. Her grandmother is an evil, evil woman. This woman is just plain terrifying. And she commands and she demands things of people, and nobody will stand up to her because she's very forceful. And we're gonna find out she's a lot more evil than even what we think when we first read about her, and that's saying something. No spoilers, but you'll read about that. And so this book isn't just, the main narrative is about this mystery, and they have to try to solve this mystery to figure out what happened so they can rescue this girl's brother from wherever he is. But the thing that makes it stand out is that we get backstories on all of these main characters, all 5 of these kids, and their family lives and what they've been through and different things. So there's this relationship aspect to it. But that's going on at the same time. The author never deviates from the main narrative. Okay, so it's not a distraction. It's not one, this part over here is all about relationships. This one over here is about the story. She blends it perfectly together, making the story just flow and ebb, and you're completely in this world. You want to know right along with the characters what is going on, what has happened to this boy, how did they disappear, why did they come back, did they really bring a curse back, or is just this part of the town's superstitious imagination? This is a very, very good book and perfect for Halloween season, because when you find out what happened and why they only have a certain amount of time left to figure it out, you realize that it's a very good book for Halloween. And since this is the spooky season, I cannot recommend this book enough. You need to read it for the Halloween season. It is simply great, and I absolutely loved it. Definitely I gave it 5 stars over there on the NetGalley. But yeah, pick up your copy, I Shall Awaken. You can do that at the link in the description right through Amazon. Also down below, as I said, I gotta buy a copy of my book if you want. Sign up for my newsletter. Join me on Twitter and Instagram. And read my free stories over there on Wattpad. I would love for you to do all that. Give me your feedback. I always appreciate it. And as always, I want to say thank you for taking some of your time, spending it here with me. I really appreciate you guys watching. And until we meet again, keep reading spooky, my friends.